Once again, we'll be using Bootstrap to help with the UI. You don't have to use Bootstrap, but it's awfully convenient and speeds up the course. It allows us to focus more on WordPress. You actually already know how to do this, so this lecture will be rather quick. In the resources section of this lecture, I provide a zip file that contains all CSS and JS required for this part of the course. Download it, and then unzip the Assets folder into our plugin folder. You'll notice these files are similar to our theme. That's because they are. Wait, why are we reloading our files? Well, keep in mind, this is a plugin. You have to include the assets even if the user has Bootstrap already on their site. You can't assume every user will have the same styles and scripts. Even though it may seem a bit much, it's good practice. So, back to our plugin. In the admin init function, use the admin_enqueue hook to create the required functions and files. Use the admin_enqueue hook and create the required functions and files. This isn't anything new to you. Inside the enqueue function, we're going to just register and enqueue Bootstrap's CSS. We don't need any JS at the moment. Here's where things are a bit different though. How do we get the URL to our plugin's asset folder? Well, there's a handy function called plugins.url. This will just point to the plugins directory in general. In the resources section, I provide a link to this function. There's two optional parameters. The first parameter is the path to a file or folder relative to the plugin folder. Set this to /assets/styles/bootstrap.css. The second parameter is the plugin we want to point to. If we scroll down the codex page to the usage section, you'll notice WordPress recommends the _file_constant and use the dir name function if we're nested inside folders. However, there's actually a more dynamic and easier way to do this. Go back to the index file. Under the setup section, we're going to create a constant named recipe_plugin_URL. This constant's value should be the constant _file_. Now we don't have to worry about nesting. We can just use this constant. So let's give the plugins _URL function this constant as the recipe_plugin_URL for the second parameter. It's pretty easy, eh? Not much difference between these themes except how we generate URLs to our assets. There's one last thing, just like last time. We only want these assets to appear on our post type pages. Since this is a post type, we can actually take advantage of a global variable named typeNow. This variable is created by WordPress, and its value is set to the current post type the user is in. This variable is only available in the admin side of WordPress. So, we simply check if this variable's value is set to recipe. If it isn't, then we just return the function and prevent any styles from being enqueued.